Good afternoon. Today is Thursday, February 20th. Welcome to Panther News Network. I'm Journee Strode.
And I'm Zacaria, Mehn. Here's your news for today.
In opening news regarding sports, we have San Antonio Spurs All-Star center Victor Wembanyama. He has suffered a blood clot, putting an end to his sophomore campaign in the NBA. The San Antonio Spurs, in a statement, said a form of a blood clot was discovered after Wembanyama returned to San Antonio after the All-Star game. ESPN Shams Charania was told from sources Wembanyama started feeling symptomatic recently, but believed he would feel better after 2 days off the following All-Star game. When symptoms persisted, Wembanyama underwent a battery of tests that showed a clot. Chris Paul stated, "Tough more than anything, I think, for all of us, knowing how much he means to the game and how much he loves to play." However, a San Antonio Spurs source told ESPN that the Spurs are optimistic that Wembanyama will make a full recovery by the beginning of the 2025 to 2026 season. The 2023 Rookie of the Year was averaging 24.3 points, 11 rebounds, and 3.7 assists, leading the entire league in blocks in just 46 games. We are all hoping for the best in Wemby's recovery.
In breaking news, in a significant shift in the U.S. foreign policy, President Donald Trump has publicly criticized Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, referring to him as a dictator without elections. This remark comes amidst ongoing U.S.-Russia negotiations concerning the Ukraine conflict, notably excluding Ukrainian representation. The rift intensified following a U.S.-Russia meeting in Saudi Arabia, from which Ukraine was notably absent. President Trump suggested that Zelensky should act swiftly to prevent further devastation in Ukraine and implied that only his administration could broker peace with Russia. He also accused Zelensky of prolonging the conflict for personal gain. In response, President Zelensky emphasized Ukraine's sovereignty and expressed gratitude for continued U.S. support. European allies, including former British Prime Minister Boris Johnson, have defended Ukraine's wartime measures, such as suspending elections, and criticized Europe's insufficient financial assistance. Members of the U.S. Congress from both parties have condemned President Trump's remarks, with some suggesting a temporary disagreement between the U.S. and Ukrainian leaders. Discussions have also emerged regarding a potential U.S.-Ukraine economic deal and criticisms of European nations blocking Russian assist that could aid Ukraine. This development marks a pivotal moment in U.S. foreign policy with potential implications for the ongoing conflict in Ukraine and international diplomatic relations.
Moving on, for our PVAMU news, our very own Panthers went to the Nationals Capitol yesterday, February 19th. They were there along with our university's president, Dr. LeGrand, and went to advocate for the continuing of funding and support for our university. Our chorale and jazz band were given the opportunity to showcase their amazing talents, highlighting the excellence of our prestigious university. We are beyond proud and grateful for the opportunity that was presented by our state leaders.
Prairie View A&M University recently celebrated Lab Safety Awareness Week from February 10th to 14th, emphasizing the importance of maintaining a secure and compliant laboratory environment. The university organized hands-on training sessions focused on proper spill response techniques, aiming to reinforce best practices in lab safety among students and staff. This initiative underscores PVAMU's commitment to fostering a culture of safety and preparedness within its research and teaching laboratories. By engaging participants in practical exercises, the university ensures that its community is well equipped to handle potential lab incidents effectively.
This is Panther News Network. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back after this commercial break. Thank you so much for staying with us. Here's your main news for the day.
President Donald Trump's nomination of Linda McMahon, former CEO of World Wrestling Entertainment, also known as WWE, and ex-administrator of the Small Business Administration as Secretary of Education, has sparked significant concern among advocates for HBCUs and Black history education. During her Senate confirmation hearing, McMahon pledged to continue supporting programs at institutions like Howard and expressed commitment to maintaining funding for HBCUs and Pell Grants, which benefit a sustainable portion of their student populations. However, McMahon's support for President Trump's agenda to dismantle the Department of Education has raised alarms. She suggested that certain education functions could be transferred to other departments, such as the Department of Health and Human Services, to increase efficiency. This proposal has led to concerns about the future of federal support for programs critical to HBCUs and the broader African American community. Additionally, McMahon stands for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, also known as DEI, initiatives have been scrutinized. She faced questions about the potential impact of President Trump's executive order banning DEI programs on courses related to Black history. McMahon was unable to provide a definitive answer, stating she would need to look into it further. As the Senate prepares for a full vote on McMahon's nomination, stakeholders in the HBCU community and advocates for Black history education continue to monitor the situation closely, expressing concerns about the potential implications for these vital educational programs.
Starting off our entertainment news for the day, the one and only BET is hosting its 56th annual NAACP Image Awards this weekend. It'll be filled with lots of celebration with music, television, film, and more. Notable stars that are up for an award are Kendrick Lamar, Martin Lawrence, Kerry Washington, Doechii, and so many more talented people of color. For a full list of nominees for a certain award, visit BET.com. It'll be live on February 22nd at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, so please do not miss out on this historic night full of world-changing creations and Black excellence.
In an inspiring act of generosity, rapper and producer Tyler, the Creator, has made a significant donation to the Los Angeles mission, helping to provide a warm and hearty meal to individuals experiencing homelessness in the Skid Row area. The meal, which was delivered on Wednesday, featured a unique spread of shrimp tempura, cream of wheat, eggs, and tortillas, offering a comforting and nutritious feast to those in need. The Los Angeles Mission, a prominent nonprofit organization dedicated to serving the homeless population, received the donation of ingredients from Tyler's team. Executive Chef Eric Grant of the Mission prepared the meal, which was included crispy shrimp tempura, creamy cream of wheat, fluffy scrambled eggs and tortillas, garnished with fresh curly scallions. Around 100 individuals were able to enjoy this thoughtful meal, which not only nourished them physically, but also served as a reminder of the community's ability to come together and show care for one another. Tyler, the Creator, who is currently on his world tour, has been known for giving back to his community he is a part of. The donation comes as Tyler is performing at Los Angeles' Crypto Arena, a venue situated close to Skid Row. This proximity inspired him to take action, further demonstrating his awareness of the struggles faced by the local homeless community. His team coordinated the generosity meal delivery, ensuring that those in need were provided for in a moment of hardship. Tyler's efforts highlight the powerful impact artists can have, not just through their music, but through meaningful acts of kindness in their communities. As his tour continues, it's clear that Tyler's dedication to making a difference reaches far beyond his performances. This donation is part of a broader community by the Los Angeles Mission to provide not only shelter, but also essential services to homeless individuals, helping them rebuild their lives. Tyler's gestures is a reminder that small acts of kindness can have a lasting impact, and his influence serves as an inspiration for others in the entertainment industry to also give back.
That concludes your news for today, but keep watching to see more of the Panther News Network team and to see us with our daily segments. Take it away, guys.
Good evening, I'm Chloe Stubblefield, and this is A Bone to Pick, where I address problems affecting the student body here at Prairie View A&M University. Today we're talking about a crisis that's affecting every student here at PV, housing. Finding a decent place to live on campus shouldn't feel like a competitive sport. Yet every year, students are left scrambling for answers, left on wait lists, or even forced to find off-campus options because there simply isn't enough room. So what's really going on with housing here at PV, and why does it feel like the situation is only getting worse? Let's start with availability. As someone who is personally displaced by PVAMU's housing crisis and still has yet to live on campus, I know firsthand how frustrating and stressful this process can be. Every semester, students hear the same thing: housing is limited. But why is that? PV continues to accept more students, yet there never seems to be a real plan on expanding residential options to match this growth. Dorms are packed, and students lucky enough to find a spot often find themselves stuck in outdated buildings with persistent maintenance issues. Mold, leaks, broken air conditionings, these aren't small problems. They're health hazards. Students deserve better than barely livable conditions. And then there's the price tag. If you do manage to secure a room, be prepared to pay. On-campus housing isn't cheap, and for what students are paying, they should be getting top-tier living conditions. Instead, many are dealing with overcrowding, slow maintenance response times, and amenities that barely function. Meanwhile, off-campus housing isn't much better. The rising cost of rent in Prairie View forces students into expensive leases, often without the security of knowing if they'll have reliable transportation onto campus. Let's not forget about communication, or rather, the lack of it. Housing assignments, wait list updates, and critical information are often delivered late or not at all. Students find themselves out at the last minute that they have no place to stay, leaving them scrambling for solutions. Where's the transparency? Where's the accountability? PVAMU needs to do more than just acknowledge the issue. It needs to take action. The moral of the story is PV has a housing problem, and it's not going away until real steps are taken. Expanding on-campus housing should be a top priority. Improving maintenance and living conditions should be a non-negotiable. And most importantly, students deserve clear, timely communications about their housing options so they're not left in limbo. So what can we do? Start speaking up. Contact SGA, voice concerns to administration, and push for real change. Students shouldn't have to fight this hard just to have a safe and comfortable place to live. It's time for PVAMU to do better. For now, I'm Chloe Stubblefield, and this has been A Bone to Pick. Stay tuned, stay vocal, and let's hope PVAMU figures this out before we all have to start pitching tents on the yard.
Hey y'all, welcome back to For the Culture, where we inform you of Black history. I'm Journee Strode, so let's get started. First, the acronym of HBCU stands for Historically Black Colleges and Universities. And they were historically black because back in the times of segregation, certain universities were only for black people because the popular universities were only for white people. For instance, Prairie View A&M was attended by people of color, and Texas A&M University was attended by white people. Texas Southern was for black people, and University of Texas in Austin were for white people. Then, in 1946, Herman Marion Sweat was in line to apply for the University of Texas Law School program. He was rejected because of the color of his skin, and was told to apply for Texas Southern because it was an all-black institution. With the help from the NAACP, Sweat sued in state court requesting that the state enrolls him in UT. The judge continued the case to give the state the opportunity to create the separate but equal law. After the establishment of the all-black law school, the state dismissed the case, prompting Sweat to appeal to the Supreme Court in 1950. His argument was that his denial into UT was violating the 14th Amendment. The Supreme Court ruled that all black students must be admitted to all white institutions, and the Equal Protection Clause required Sweat's admission to the University of Texas Law School. That summer of 1950, Horace Heath enrolled in the Graduate School of Government, and John Claus enrolled in the University of Texas Architecture program. In the fall semester, along with several other black people, Sweat started his semester in law school of UT. His courageousness paved the way for young black law students back then and now. We hope you all learned something. Again, I'm Journee Strode, and this is For the Culture.
Here's your weather forecast to help you plan for the days ahead. Tomorrow, Friday, we're looking at a cold and cloudy day with highs reaching just 38 degrees. It'll be breezy, so the wind chill will make it feel even colder. Be sure to layer up before heading out. The low tomorrow night will drop to around 30 degrees. Heading into Saturday, rain and drizzle will move in, keeping things chilly with highs around 44 degrees. Make sure to grab your umbrella. Sundays bring in reliefs with warmer temperatures moving in, though rain and thunderstorms are expected in the morning. After the storms pass, we'll see mostly cloudy skies and a high near 68 degrees. It'll be much milder, but keep an eye out for any lingering storms. The low will settle around 41 degrees. Monday marks the start of a warm-up. After some morning clouds, the sun will break through and the temperatures will climb to 70 degrees. It'll be a pleasant day to spend time outdoors with a mild low of 51 degrees overnight. So Panthers, we got a mix of rain, storms, and sunshine heading our way. Stay bundled up over the next couple of days and get ready for some spring-like temperatures by early next week. My name's Zacaria Mehn, and this is your PV weather. Stay bundled up and warm, Panthers.
That concludes our show for today. Please be sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at KPVU-TV. Thank you so much. This was Panther News Network, and we'll see you next time. I'm Journee Strode.
And I'm Zacaria Mehn. Have a great day and tune in next time.